Here we go. All right. We're live. We're doing it live, guys. Doing it live.
We're coming to you live right now.
Yep.
Another live episode of What the FiGPiN?
What the FiGPiN? Here we go.
Man, what the FiGPiN? As we can see, I'm using a fancy one, episode 57. Not only is episode 57 getting closer and closer to episode 60, we have an epic guest on, Ochiba Wolf, aka Brooke, aka Ochiba Wolf, depending on who your fan base is. Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys so much. I'm super honored you guys reached out. I remember watching, someone like linked me to your guys's your lives here, and I kind of watched it from there, and I was like, these guys seem pretty cool. And then we kind of just ended up talking, and you're like, would you like to be a guest someday? And this was like months and months ago, and I was like, yeah, sure, not knowing if it was going to happen or not.
Man, you know, I'll never forget. It was right as the Sailormoon was dropping. I had saw that you had put out a review for them. I had just watched it earlier that day before the show, and it comes to mind during the show, and I'm like, you know, did you happen to see that review? And I thought I was going to butcher the name. And then you reached out and you're like, oh, I saw it. And I was like, oh no, I hope I said Ochiba Wolf right. So, but thankfully, I guess I got it okay.
Someone that followed me and also followed you, like a mutual follower of her both, was like, they name dropped you, bro. Go watch this episode. So that's when I watched you guys, and I was like, oh, he got the name right. I'm so proud of him.
Well, shout out to your friend. We like them. Thank you very much for linking us up.
Very
Absolutely.
true.
It's cool that we have some mutuals out there, and I actually tried to bring some of my peeps over as well, you know, to check out your guys' channel, give you guys some support too, because before we went live, we were actually talking about how just neat it is to watch other content creators in other areas, and you know, you can get inspired and stuff, and you guys have inspired me tremendously with how consistent you guys are doing your own thing and your own podcast and your own show. So rock on, guys. You guys have been doing awesome.
We appreciate that for sure. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I can't go on any farther without also introducing Goku as a man. John, I've missed you. How are you?
Good, man. How's it going?
Not
It's
too bad.
weird. Are you? Is there like? Are you driving in the Mexico streets again in the background there? That's why you have the dynamic background. You don't want to show us what's happening today.
Man, unfortunately, I am back in the States and I'm stuck at work. I got a beautiful background of a kitchen behind me, so I figured I'd try to make it a little fancier with the FiGPiN logo.
Oh, I like it, man. It looks good.
You know, just to kind of put it out there, I am at work. I'm sitting in front of my computer watching it. If something hits the fan, I might have to leave. So I apologize, but I think we'll be okay.
Let's hope.
Sounds good. So let's go ahead and do our shout out to the chat. So the first person that I see up here is our man, Professor FiGPiN. So welcome to the show.
What up?
Guys, if you also have not checked out, look at his story on IG. He teamed up with actually, I believe, another Sailormoon influencer to go ahead and have a FiGPiN giveaway. So make sure you're checking out Professor FiGPiN's story to go ahead and find out how to get entered into that giveaway. But thank you so much, Professor FiGPiN.
Brooks. It's also on Brooks's reel.
Yeah, it's actually a friend of mine that they paired up with, and I'm so excited for
awesome.
them. Sailor V Dizzle is the one who's also hosting the giveaway. We've actually met in person. Her and her husband, a road trip from the Chicago area, and came to meet me and my husband, just a random person, you know, that we just clicked with, and they are the coolest people on the planet, like literally great people. I'm so excited for her and Professor FiGPiN.
That's awesome.
That's kind of how John and I linked up, is just mutual collection, and ended up having good friends since then.
Collectors are the best friends, am I right? Like people who just get it.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, and me and Battle support each other's habits way too furiously, I guess is the right way to put it. Brandon Rivera, what's up? V Harris, his famous pew pew. Queen Nerd, welcome. Thank you so much. Ochiba Wolf even going ahead and putting her greetings in there. Thank you so much. Steve Morsh, Cines Zero, Sailormoon Obsession. Thank you for joining us.
Zero, you've been called out. You need to come on the show.
That's right, man. Zero, you've got to come on. Link Nerd, Getty Up.
Nice.
Colton,
welcome to the show.
Austin. So many cool people. Oh, there we go. Some more. Ruben Reyes, Austin Reed.
What's up, Austin?
L. Hey, L, what's going on? How are you? And yeah, like Battle said, Zero, man, you're being called out by a lot of people to come on the show. We need you to get on the show. So, and then the last few we have Sailor, Bratzilla, Karen Garcia, AJB, and JR's Toy World. How's it going? Oop, and even Derek just joined us. What's up, Derek, man? So good to have you.
Derek. What's going on, man?
So, Brooke, I'm not sure if you know who Derek is, but Derek's actually one of the artists for FiGPiN. So he sometimes goes out and joins the show to support us. Yeah, so it's pretty cool to have him with us.
The one and only. That's incredible. The artists are the ones out there really, working hard, man. That's awesome. Nice to meet you.
And also, put out.
Just like a little reminder for everybody, I always have to remind people on my own streams, go ahead and change those chat settings to live chat so you don't miss any of the chats, because it always defaults to top chat, and I had to also change it from top chat to live chat. So just a little reminder.
Yeah, good point, because we've had some giveaways where we pick people on the chat for a question or given them their answers, and
it doesn't
come in on time. Few faux pas with that one. So well, we have some more people going ahead and joining us here. We have Jason with FiGPiN. How's it going, man?
What up?
Sailor, is that Mikey? Again, these glasses are, I feel like my eyesight's going bad as we're here. And I think that was the last people that joined us. So very cool. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us.
Thank you.
Man, super excited. Can't thank you enough for joining. I mean, you're the reason why we keep coming back every week to keep doing this. And thanks for FiGPiN always providing epic stuff for us to keep chatting about. And then, hats off to our guests. Without y'all, it would be much more boring to watch John and I chat every week. So we appreciate y'all coming on.
Yeah, I think we're entertaining. Battle in.
Yeah, we like to have some fun.
Very cool. So, Brooke, it's interesting to go ahead. I was, I guess, stalking your IG page a little bit today. I was looking at your YouTube as we talked before. Like I said, I haven't shared with my daughter the arcade that was all full of claw games, so that's going to be fun to go ahead and show her that video. But do you mind going ahead and sharing with us how Ochiba Wolf got started? What did that look like for you growing from a Sailormoon enthusiast into where you're at today in your as far as your content goes and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely.
How did it turn in from one toy to a whole room of toys?
Turn into, AKA a hoarder, AKA financially irresponsible. There's a lot of tags we can add on to that. Gosh, it's such a long story. I've really been into toys like literally all my life, from a little baby child when everyone was, played with toys. I loved My Little Ponies, My Little Pet Shop, all that kind of stuff. But when Sailormoon came on TV, that was my thing. And it just stuck with me for it changed my life, no doubt it changed my life. But I started seriously calling myself a collector around 2006. That's when I kind of knew this is what I'm doing. I'm no longer actually playing with dolls, playing with toys. I'm just buying them and hoarding them, and I loved them to death. So 2006, and then it kind of just went from there, and here we are. Last year I officially became a business, so yay.
Congratulations.
I do this as my job now, and it's so surreal, so wild. I've just built my community, from the ground up since 2006, and here we are.
do you mind me asking what your profession was before you moved into doing this as full time?
Yeah, no, not at all. So I had a regular 9 to 5. I actually started to work for a Verizon indirect agent called InSignal, and I worked there for, oh my gosh, almost 7 years. I started in inventory where I ordered all of the stores. We had 100 and something stores that we ordered inventory for. So it was stuff for cell phones and stuff, really boring. I did that, and then I moved into IT at the company as well. And then they sold the company a couple of years back. And at the time, my Sailormoon was just a hobby that I did on the sidelines. I still collected. I had an Instagram page. I didn't do YouTube at that point. But once they sold the company, laid off everybody, gave us all severances, I went to my husband and I'm like, do you think that I could do YouTube for a living and just do toy unboxings and reviews? I'm like, is that something that we can make happen? And oh my gosh, he's the best. And he's like, yes, let's do it. And here we are.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Very cool.
I probably can speak for both of us, but I think we aspire to be in your shoes one day. I think that's why we keep coming back. Hasn't quite made it for us there yet, but
I believe in you guys. If I can do it, you can do it.
That's so awesome. You know, John, I was actually looking at our, I think it's IG that we were pushing. We hit the 500 subscriber mark, and then now all of a sudden we're at like 602. So that is super cool. Thank you all for liking and following all our social media.
I'm rooting for you guys, man. I'm gonna try to promote
appreciate that for sure. Yeah. Yeah, you know, and it's crazy to think that, you know, and Battle, I'm really thinking we're closing on almost 2 years of, I know that we had our FiGPiN boosters, you know, show before this, and we've kind of always just, you know, said that was our beginning to this. But I mean, to have this start 2 years ago and just see it grow, keep growing, it's definitely amazing, man. So thank you for all that you do. And Alex, who is Brooke, I know you haven't had a chance to meet Alex, but she was a host with us on the show. And so we miss her greatly. So yeah, so she was, you know, to both of you guys, we really appreciate, you know, you and Alex for everything that we've done to get to where we're at. So.
Oh, vice versa. We'll see what things bring us. It's going to be fun.
Very cool.
You guys just keep up the consistency, and you guys will get there. I love that.
So I know, and I think Battle had mentioned it before. I believe it was maybe a week or two before NYCC. I'm going to say last year or maybe 2021, where I seen you post a Sailormoon FiGPiN. I actually think you might have leaked one of those pins. So how do you get involved with FiGPiN? How does that story look? Where, you know, how did they find you? They knew, obviously you're a big Sailormoon fan. So what does that look like for you?
Oh, this is a great story. I mean, okay, it's not like super exciting or anything, but like it's great in terms of I haven't shared this yet. So it's like what the FiGPiN exclusive. I haven't talked about this anywhere, not even on my channel. I mean, awesome. If people ask me, I will tell them. It's not a secret, but I've never really told the actual story. So this is exciting to be able to tell it. And let me tell you guys out there, this is just how you do things. If you're trying to, you know, do this for your job. Although let me backtrack a little bit. I didn't know that this would happen, but what you want to always do, especially if you're really passionate about a fandom or something, you know, always tag the companies in all your posts and everything, because that's how they become aware of you. And oh God, what month was it? It was when they did their before the summer announcement for like the One Piece, Sailor Moon, and Demon Slayer. They like did an image with all three of those logos. Yep. And posted it on their socials. If you guys remember that, I think it was in May last year, and they said coming soon, and that was all they said. They didn't give you any details or anything. So what I ended up doing was I took that post and I reshared it on my stories just to tell my audience, because they're all into Sailor Moon, and we're like, we're getting Sailor Moon FiGPiNs. And I also tagged the Instagram official of FiGPiN. Yep. And shortly after, I mean, stories expire within 24 hours. So within 24 hours, one of the marketing coordinators reached out to me and replied to that story and said, hey, we can't share any details yet, but we absolutely want to send you some Sailor Moon FiGPiNs to review. Can we have your email? And so I gave him my email and I started talking with them from there. And I just want to say, one of the coolest, and this is what really made me like really love FiGPiN, is one of the coolest companies to work with. They were so upfront. They were so honest. They were so nice. I was shocked because I've worked with other companies before and nobody was this engaging. And like, I was having full on conversations, you know, almost personal at some point, because they were just so inviting and nice.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, true. And from FiGPiN themselves, just and to every community member, you know, that's involved with FiGPiN, you know, you'll see that throughout the community. And yeah, FiGPiN definitely the personal touch that they go ahead and have, I really believe separates them apart from other collectible companies. Yeah,
I was really shook, and I really think this was a step in me getting involved into the community now. That made me want to buy more FiGPiNs, because prior to that, of course, they didn't have Sailor Moon pins then. I always wished that they would, but you know, I saw a lot of, like, when I was out on my toy hunts, like I have like this set of stores I go to almost every weekend hunting for toys, because I'm nuts. This is what I do. Like Hot Topic, Box Lunch, GameStop, Target, you know, Walmart, all the places, and I always go look for new stuff. And all the FiGPiNs that I would see like in person were mostly like sports stuff. And I was like, so there was a part where before, you know, I knew more about FiGPiN, that I really thought it was just sports stuff. Because that's all I would see. But I know now it's because all the good stuff was selling out. And it was the sports ones that were left on the shelves. So that really
That's
opened
funny.
the door to me with FiGPiN on knowing that they work with so many franchises and so many that I love too, like Disney, and other animes as well. So I loved that they reached out and wanted to work with me, and I couldn't believe they wanted to work with me. Like I'm not big as a content creator compared to a lot of other content creators. So the fact that they looked at my page and wanted to send me Sailormoon pins to review out of everybody, I was so incredibly, like, I just couldn't believe it. I was shocked, but also super
cool.
excited.
Very,
yeah.
very cool. You know, and it's funny, you know, that you mentioned stuff like that. So especially about just having, you know, conversations with FiGPiN and them being so open. Literally my daughter, again, my daughter's young. She was, we're at the store, and she's super into Squishmallows.
Oh yes, those are so popular.
Yeah. So she goes, Dad, do they have Squishmallow FiGPiNs? And I'm like, no, but let me reach out to some people and see if they've even started that conversation with them. So it's interesting, but like you said, you know, like they're so open to, you know, feedback like that. And, you know, I had a small conversation with some of the, you know, some of the team there. So it's just, yeah, it's really cool to go ahead and have stuff like that. And, you know, it was funny just how my daughter sparked me to go ahead and be like, I think that actually would be a pretty cool thing. Let's go ahead and, you know, I mean, because it'll bring a younger, different, you know, and a different crowd into the community. So definitely fun.
Can you imagine that collaboration? Oh my God.
Yep. Well, you know, I keep seeing this Facebook ad that they are doing pins already. So, you know, I know that it's out there that they have pins. So
yeah, that would break the internet. The Pokemon and Squishmallow community has already broken the internet. Like so many people have asked me to hunt down some of the Pokemon ones, and I'm like, they're almost impossible to find right now.
I bet.
Do they make Pokemon FiGPiNs?
There is one in existence.
That would be a franchise I'd be into.
Yeah, for sure. But there's one in existence. It was given to and Battle, help me if I remember this story correctly. It was given to GameStop as a, like, hey, look what we can do. It was at Ash Ketchum, or at the Red Trainer. I don't know if they officially called it Ash. And the office that was for GameStop had closed down. A random collector went to the office because they were having a sale. They found the FiGPiN. That, again, this is just a prototype. It's not a real FiGPiN, that, you know, but it is officially made by FiGPiN. They went ahead and grabbed that FiGPiN from the GameStop, you know, headquarters or wherever it was that had closed down that they're trying to buy this from, and posted it. FiGPiN actually reached out to that collector and traded them a bunch of FiGPiNs to go ahead and get that back in their collection. So FiGPiN now currently has their prototype Pokemon pin that they gave to GameStop, trying to go ahead and get some, you know, to have that relationship begin. So
that's crazy. And actually, Queen Nerd in the comments says that they have a few of the Pokemon ones on pre-order. So that must mean they're coming.
I have a few of the Pokemon. Queen Nerd, what is this talking? What is this? Oh, the Squishmallow.
What do you mean the Squishmallow things? Oh my God!
I was nervous.
Okay.
I was like, wait, what did I miss? Like, I'm pretty up on all this stuff.
My first thought process was, do you remember? It was probably a year or two ago, but I used to go to GameStop and they would print you out a list of all the possible FiGPiNs that were coming, and like I had an XL Groot ready. I like bought a couple of them, and then they kind of, I don't know if they just fell through, or if, like, I don't know where they got that info from.
Man, you know what? I totally forgot about that XL Group, man.
Yeah, I missed that thing. Dang.
Yep. So AJB, I did see you say hello, so I just wanted to make sure. I missed it a few times, but I just wanted to say hello also, man. Thanks for joining us this evening. Yep, so that's the story that I'm aware of. And Professor FiGPiN, okay, ThinkGeek. Yes, it was ThinkGeek, not GameStop. I was saying the wrong name. So thank you, Professor FiGPiN, for always.
Is ThinkGeek even still around?
I'm not sure. I do not know.
But this is why we always need our people in our community, because we always get them all mixed up, and they're right there with us. They'll be like, no, let's tell you the real story. So thank goodness we have somebody to keep us on track, because we always forget.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you guys for correcting us on that Pokemon situation.
To kind of circle back around to the beginning of that that's really neat that FiGPiN reached out to you just from you posting and tagging them on. I know we on one show, right as you had done the review of them, I had actually seen it, watched it, thought it was really good. And our community is actually one of the best communities as far as like supporting each other and saying, the goods, the bads, the uglies, and kind of like how to help. And sometimes FiGPiN had reached out to a couple people who had done reviews, and everybody was just kind of like, man, they really didn't do the justice for it. And I pretty much saw everybody coming back in like, man, this Sailormoon person knows what they have, all the stuff. And I think you knocked it out of the park. And for me to hear you say that you're not like a, big time person, you're a whale to us. So like, man, you got what, 40,000 followers or something? And I think you have a whole other community or something that you manage as well. So we're
I
trying
run a whole
Sailormoon
website. Here's my little plug, SailormoonFanNetwork.com. I actually run it with a team of Sailormoon fans, passionate Sailormoon fans, that we keep all of the we update everybody on news and merchandise drops daily, like around the clock, because we're so into Sailor Moon. We want to make sure that we get that information out, because there isn't a website out there for Sailor Moon news in English like this. So we do it as fans for the fans.
Wow. Are you pretty good at making websites?
I learned when we launched our site in 2021.
No better way.
I mean, I do a little bit. I'm not the best. Like I couldn't go in there and do anything fancy. I do have to use like templates and stuff, but I do know how to do the basics. Yeah, if you guys wanted to get a website for your own stuff, I could definitely show you the easy way how to do it.
That's actually really cool. Funny enough, I have my computer open right now.
SailormoonFanNetwork.com.
I'm starting to get a little HTML file ready to try to upload to see if I can get something published. So I might just try to get some tricks.
Yeah.
So I just went ahead and Charles, stop messing with us, man. There's no Ultra Ball logo that went up on FiGPiN's website. If that is the case, I'm buying a lot more of those Dragon Ball Z pins that just got announced today. If there's a Ultra Ball logo promo going on, but I just seen the question: do you unlock your FiGPiNs on the app? So do you use the app? And yeah.
Okay, so I've done it one time, and only because I wanted to know how it actually worked, and I did it with one of my exclusive Comic-Con ones. Can't remember if it was Emerald City or what was the other one, New York City Comic-Con.
Yep.
And yeah, I tried it one time, but I will be honest, I haven't done it with the others just because I'm so busy as a content creator. We're actually in Sailor Moon's 30th anniversary, so a lot of stuff's coming out. So I'm getting like packages on the daily.
And I do have to ask this question. So Alex, who was, a host with us on the show, me and her had this big battle of MHA versus DBZ. And obviously being an anime fan yourself, do you mind going ahead and, putting a check mark next to DBZ and saying that DBZ is better than MHA, or where?
DBZ though is like my arch enemy, because they're also Toei Animation, and yet they get everything, and Sailor Moon never gets nothing. So
All right, so this interview is done. Thank you so much, Brooke, for joining us. We'll see.
She's gone. She ain't too bad. I just gotta have that, Sailor Moon representation here. I know they normally always have you for DBZ, so we're getting a little Sailor Moon today.
There you go. Lots of fun.
Fair enough. Hey, but it is cool that you like DBZ. I did want to actually mention, I kept hearing, you talk about DBZ in other episodes and whatnot, and even here too. So, I mean, you come from the same time.
Yeah. Hey, like I said, my shirt says it. 1982.
Man, I think we should just, have you seen, was it today's drops? Have you seen today's DBZ drops?
Oh my gosh, yeah, of course, man. It was just by chance that I was at my phone exactly at 1:00, and I think I was on Facebook maybe at the time, and I was like, wait, what's FiGPiN posting right now, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe it. They finally have Harunga, Gotenks. They have Goku and Vegeta, which I believe I did see some chatter, and that pose that Goku is doing is from the Majin Buu saga when he throws the spirit bomb back at Buu to go ahead and kill him. So definitely pretty cool how they're what they did, and I'm excited to see some new characters from it, and definitely awesome poses.
I see Sailor Brazilla is hashtag an angry Sailor Moon fan. That's how I feel right now, because how many pins has FiGPiN done for Dragon Ball Z?
We're 150, I believe, right now.
Are you kidding? We're over 100. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, FiGPiN, we're gonna need some more Sailor Moon ones now.
There you go, for sure.
Did you happen to? Man, did they make a Sailor Moon box set? I'm pretty sure they did, right?
Yeah, I've got it.
I think it's right behind her.
That's good. That's what I was getting to, is because I think there's all the individuals, and I think some of them were Comic-Con glitter, and then there was the box set. So they put some out, but I think we're gonna need a lot more.
We do, because they're the same poses, Battle. I want some more. Like, I know I've seen the epic Dragon Ball Z ones that they've done, and the big ones. I'm like, please, 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 Lord Jesus, give me the big Sailor Moon pins. I love that you have so much, though, John. Like, I'm not totally, raining on your parade.
Oh, no.
Can we just get 100 Sailor Moon ones next?
Hey, I'm all about it, man. The more people that we can go ahead and bring into the community and share the amazingness with, I'm happy with that.
That's what's cool about FiGPiN. Like, they're working with so many franchises, so there's a little bit of something for everybody, even the sports fans. I'm sorry, I'm just so not a sports person.
We went to a hockey game this weekend, and my wife was like, "What quarter are we in?" And I'm like, "Oh God, please just stop talking."
Speaking of events, Brooke, don't you not only do content creation, but I believe you recently were attending either a Comic-Con style or something, where I think you do everything from cosplay, and how did you get into that? What does that look like?
Oh my gosh. Well, I did get into it right out of high school, really. There was like a local anime convention. Was it 2006, 2007, something around there. I graduated in 2006. So it has to be around there. And that was my first time ever cosplaying. It's so much fun. But really, honestly, I haven't really cosplayed since 2014. So fast forward to 2023, this is my first time cosplaying since 2014. And oh my gosh, is the convention scene amazing now. It was Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City. It was my first Comic-Con ever. And oh my God, so incredible. I want to now just travel the United States and go to all these conventions. It was a blast. I don't know if you guys ever go to conventions. Do you? I know FiGPiN does go to conventions a lot, and unfortunately, I don't think they were at Planet Comic-Con, or else I would have stopped by the booth. But man, they were so fun.
I was actually at my first ever Comic-Con, and it was New York City Comic-Con this last year. And then Battles actually helped out a few Comic-Cons for FiGPiN themselves. So
that's awesome. I bet they just make it so much more fun,
Yep. Oh, it puts a little goosebumps on my arm just thinking about it. Like you said, the fact that FiGPiN reaches out to the community and, just brings some of the fans on that, just love their product, and they're just like, hey, if you can come down and help us, we'd be more than happy to help and have you down. And so I jumped on that, got to go to my first 2 big cons. They are epic. They are so cool. And then to have the ability to kind of, what I like to say is like behind the scenes, right? You're behind the booth, makes it so cool. So I don't know.
But you actually worked the FiGPiN booth, like officially?
Yeah. Yeah,
that is
awesome.
So cool. How'd you get that gig?
Do you have your staff shirt on there, Battle?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's our the FiGPiN shirt.
Today. Yeah. It was just one of those, I think maybe somebody done a name drop, or somebody, I think it was Levi, but I think maybe somebody else, and they just said, hey, would you be willing to come on work? We're needing a couple extra hands. And I dropped everything I did. I called my boss like, hey, I got to get off of work. I'm not going to be here. And just kind of did it from there. And, we just did a lot of unpacking inventory, tried to help them set up, chat with all the customers. My job for the first one was managing the line, and oh my goodness, that was a hard job. Oof.
Oh yeah, keep those people in line. No cutting to get this exclusive FiGPiN or trying to get back in line to get a second one.
That's a thing. It's like my battle mode had to come out a few times.
Yeah. Oh, that is so cool though. That's kind of eventually what I would like to get into. Not only working like convention booths, but maybe more like into hosting and interviewing people at the conventions and going around talking to the different booths. Like that's eventually where I want to go in my career, because Comic-Con and anime conventions, those are my people. And I just want to, I don't know, be a part of that going forward.
Have you ever heard of FiGPiN's FWAP?
No.
So they do a cool little party every year. Well, so far they've done 2 of them so far. I hope they do more. I think they will. But yeah, they just right there at their shop, they have everybody come down. They set up an awesome little booth right outside. Everybody gets to, meet everybody, chat with everybody, get an opportunity to get some exclusive pins, a bunch of really cool things. And so Alex and I, John unfortunately wasn't able to make it, but we actually went down, and the whole day we just recorded the whole thing, streamed it live, chatted with, Amato, Dan, a bunch of the people, and got some fans on as well. So it was a cool event. And kind of like you, we hope to serve as that liaison of like, let's feature and show all things going on,
Yeah, I mean, our goal was to go ahead and, bring the physical event to the digital space for those people that couldn't go ahead and attend it. And yeah, Battle and Alex did an amazing job, and I went live with them as they were walking around. They were talking with some people, so it was great. Well, both events were great. And Brooke, if you have not noticed, FiGPiN is a huge acronym filled company. I believe it's Cardi B, and her WAP song, her WAP song. So that's why they went ahead and went with WAP for that.
FiGPiN Warehouse Awesome Party.
Warehouse Awesome Party. But they always do fun stuff like that. There's little Easter eggs that they throw in there all the time. So
does FiGPiN only do like the bigger cons, or are they ever known to go to smaller ones?
So currently, yes, they for the last several years they've done the larger cons. So it's been SDCC, ECCC, NYCC, and I know that Jason and Charles, who both work for FiGPiN, had just confirmed that they will be at Anime Expo again this year.
Love Anime Expos.
Yep. Yeah, so it's going to be that'll be fun for sure. I know that they were trying to get into some different cons this year. I'm not sure what that's turning out to go ahead and be, but I know that they'll have more announcements as they come out, as the year kind of progresses along.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited for FiGPiN this year. I feel like they just keep growing and growing and growing. I'm still shocked that they only have 40,000 followers on Instagram. Like I feel like they should have 250,000.
Yep.
They're big to me. I go to Target and they have a whole, FiGPiN display, with the, so like this black cardboard display with all the little hooks on it. And I'm like, y'all are huge. You're at this big, retail chain store.
Yeah, definitely.
It's crazy to think about when you say that is why they have done really good moves and they are pretty big. FiGPiN is still a pretty small little organization. I think they have some growing pains right now, and they're trying to get bigger, better, stronger all the time. But when you really kind of get to know the team and the backbones, there's a tight little community in there that is doing a lot of stuff to make this world happen. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I did notice, especially at most of the retail stores that I check, a lot of the FiGPiNs are always, sold out. There's only 1 or 2 left, and I don't know if the inventory is just not there, or if they are indeed selling out, or they're not restocking.
John buys them all.
Sure of that. Someone buys them all, really?
John does. John.
Oh, you said John. I thought you said someone.
If you couldn't tell, yeah, I I mean, there's just a few that I have sitting next to me here, so. Yeah, I kind of try to buy as many as I can.
I love your freaking wall, John. I don't know. Have you ever shown it in its entirety? Do you have
I have, yeah,
Instagram or something?
Yeah, I have, and it's it was painstaking to go ahead and put all of the it's a mix of Hero Complex pods as well as J Square Design pods as well. So. Yeah, it's 270 pins I have up behind me. 271 pins I have up behind me, and then I also have my my FiGPiN minis up here that they no longer make. So
I love it.
It's really hard. It's really hard to see that wall, John, when you got all those holes in it with missing pins. You know.
I know, man. Especially this one right here. I gotta. Yep. My Mike Piazza that can't be seen is right up here for number one. So Brooke, yes, I am a nerd, I guess. I like everything. I'm a big math person, so I love everything in numerical order. So that would be number one that is missing up there, down to 271, which is down on that side.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. It's like I've been doing this, I've been collecting for 3 or 4 years, well, probably 4 years now. And yeah, I mean, it's just, again, Battle being one of my best friends from, within the community, and we would have never met if it wasn't for, FiGPiN. So it's definitely fun. It's been awesome.
I love it.
Man,
I just want to know, does it go all the way around, or are those just the 200 and something you said you had in the back there?
Well, my plan is to go ahead and wrap it around, but yes, it's only the wall that you see behind me.
Gotcha.
I can go ahead and kind of, so it stops right there. There's a corner
just
right
being
there.
Able to see all that stuff, that makes me sad. I miss my old room. I just started to get all my stuff hung up and kind of come with and put it all in a box, and now it's in storage. It's like, dang it.
Are you in process of a move or something?
Actually, I am praying every single day and night that my house should close on the 19th.
Congratulations.
So now I'm just kind of a nomad at the moment. We're kind of bouncing between my folks' house, the father-in-law's house. We're in the works of trying to buy another house, but that's kind of contingent on as long as everything closes in proper time on the 19th.
So Brooke, Battle was in Mexico because his family lives there now. And yeah, he's trying to buy another house, and he's sending me some of the realtor links to the houses that he's looking at in Mexico. I'm like, but I'm not sure if that's, you're really going to go ahead and pay that much to go ahead and live in Mexico. But hey, high hopes, man. High hopes.
Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
So your collection is all packed up right now. I'm assuming your goal is to have a little collection room, maybe a home office with your collection in it, Battle?
Man, I used to have it on all the walls. I had it all nice, and I liked it. It was starting to come into something, and now it's all I'm the ultimate collector now in totes. Yeah,
but I mean, the plan is to eventually display them again, right? Like in its own space.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I can't wait to dig them all.
I actually was at Battle's house when he lived in New Mexico, and yeah, it was an amazing room for sure.
Well, we can't wait till it's back up then. I'm gonna have to see it.
So, and I know I didn't get to ask you this before, but I did just see her post a little while ago. Are those skateboards behind you? Queen Nerd is asking about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Queen Nerd. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting about the chat. Yes, those are Sailormoon skateboards. They dropped in 2020. It was a collaboration with Primitive Skateboarding. My husband's a big skateboarder. So nice. This was kind of like both of our worlds got collided. That day that Primitive collaborated officially with Sailormoon. So these are officially licensed Sailormoon skateboards.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. I guess I'll ask this in two ways. So what Sailormoon FiGPiNs would you like to go ahead and see be made? So if you want to go ahead and maybe drop 3 or 5 Sailormoon FiGPiNs that obviously currently aren't there. We have the 5 Sailormoons, right? And then the part 2 of the question is, what FiGPiN would you like to go ahead and see be made, or put onto FiGPiN's vision board that is not Sailormoon?
Okay, well, first of all, John, I'm gonna need 100 Sailormoon pins, so let's get on that. I'm gonna be so just angry Sailormoon fan for the rest of my life, knowing that DBZ has 100 FiGPiNs out there, and Sailormoon has 5. But I would love to see. So Sailormoon, the main 5 right here have been made. They were made twice. They released them individually like this, and then they made them into the box set. They were the same poses. So I would love to see FiGPiN collaborate with Sailormoon and do some of the other characters. There are 10 official Sailor Guardians. I would love for them to just make the others, also make the big ones and some like attacks, some different poses, not just like, the same, just standing here. They always do Sailor Moon in this, like give us something else.
So, if I'm hearing you correctly, Brooke, you're going ahead and we have this hashtag that we have been trying to beg FiGPiN of bring XL back, right?
Yes.
So you need XL FiGPiNs back to go ahead and make Sailor Moon work here.
Please. So they don't make the XL ones anymore. I've seen those epic big ones. They stopped.
Yeah. The packaging was an issue. So because it had to be a soft case, through shipping, there was a lot of damage being done to them. So they went ahead and just made a decision to go ahead and stop making that right currently.
No. Yep. That's so sad. But yeah,
the same thing. So these are mini FiGPiNs. So they're a 3 or a 1.5 inch pin compared to the 3-inch pins that they have that you see right behind me. They stopped also making those pins as well. So
question for you, John. On the Dragon Ball Z ones, did they ever go to like other side characters like villains and maybe some supporting characters, or did they only do like the main, I don't know, Goku and his son, whoever
so they did Jiren, Golden Frieza, the androids. They did a couple of different Android 21, who was a newer character from Dragon Ball, the Kakarot game. They've done a couple of different characters with it, but there is
that gives me hope then that they could do.
There is plenty of same characters, same like
right.
You said, they've used the same poses before, just going ahead and doing different trims or different artwork on it. So
yeah. So to answer your question, I would just like to see more Sailor Moon characters, some villains, and the like. Hopefully they're not done with Sailor Moon. I hope it did well enough, and I don't know if you guys know that. How it did, if FiGPiN is maybe working to get some more out there. Do you guys know anything you can tell us?
So we'll have to go ahead and ask, because we have a few people. We have Jason as well as Charles. Guys, if you would go ahead and at least put in there, is the relationship still there with Sailor Moon to go ahead and continue doing more Sailor Moon FiGPiNs? I know that you might not be able to answer it, but if you are, Brooke would go ahead and appreciate the answer.
The only notice I have on that is the Sailor Moon FiGPiN at the Comic-Con was a very hot item, and I do believe they sold out. So I think we're in good shape.
I like that you said that, Battle. And I feel like they all sold out. Even the box set sold out pretty fast. Not as fast as the One Piece one. I was in the Discord. I was watching what everyone was saying on how fast the Sailor Moon box set was going to sell. But it still sold out relatively fast. It wasn't within like 24 hours or something. But One Piece was like hours or something. Yeah. I know One Piece is huge. No one can top One Piece. I know.
Well, they're Dragon Ball, right? I mean, Dragon Ball can.
I know.
He means MHA.
Very funny.
But as far as like a character that's not Sailor Moon, and maybe you guys know this, I don't know. I am obsessed with Socks from Buzz Lightyear, the robotic cat. If you've seen it, do they make a FiGPiN of him? Because I need him.
They don't.
I want one now too.
Yeah. They do have a pin of a cat though. They do have a FiGPiN of a cat.
A random cat.
It's not a random cat. It's Goose from Captain Marvel.
From Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Yeah, he looks like Captain Goose. That's right. Yep. And he's a little ginger kitty. Oh my gosh, I have a ginger son myself. His name is Indiana. He's a little ginger kitty.
Oh. Well, so that pin right there is a very good example. So they have, that was the mini he just held up, but they have an XL Goose too that their eyes glow on that one.
Oh.
It's a cool pin. Both of them are very, very cool.
Yeah, I love that pin. But yeah, I would love a Socks from Buzz Lightyear. I'm sure they did Buzz Lightyear pins. They did.
There's a Buzz Lightyear mini.
Yeah, because I mean that was a huge movie.
But
the
not
Lightyear
like a
movie.
movie version. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that movie version.
Oh yes,
but it was just a Buzzy. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, because from Toy Story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they never did FiGPiNs for Lightyear?
Nope.
That is so strange. I can't believe it. I know they have a good relationship with Disney and Pixar, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm. It's interesting, and I'm not sure how that all works sometimes, but I don't think that movie got as big as Disney thought it was going to go ahead and be. So maybe FiGPiN was kind of like, but what's the purpose also of doing that? I know that. I mean, just by looking at Target still, they go ahead and they have a bunch of Lightyear toys that are still all on clearance, and it's still
all on clearance. Even oh my god, it's so like Kurt, my husband Kurt, his name is Kurt. We always go and we look at the Buzz Lightyear stuff because I just want all the sock stuff. And every time I'm like, see, the sock stuff all sell, but not these other characters.
That's too funny.
Oh, I know what's selling and what's not.
Yep.
Well, oh my god, the Porsche Shazam toys right now are all on.
Yeah, definitely. Well, speaking of some Disney stuff, what does everybody think about this upcoming Star Wars celebration and some of the latest Mandalorian pins that dropped and the exclusives that are going to be held at said convention?
That's exciting. I'm huge into Star Wars. I'm so excited that they're continuing on with that. You know what? Speaking of Star Wars, my second FiGPiN ever before the Sailormoon ones was General Grievous. He is my guy. I love him so much.
Hey, shout out. That is one of our very good friends exclusives. So that is awesome that you got
Pops
that
and Pins. Yeah. Yep. I love General Grievous from the Clone Wars. Oh, he's the best villain.
Oh man, yep. Shout out Pops and Pins. We always try to do it tomorrow night. He will do his show. Get on there. He does really fun stuff on Whatnot. Amazing person to meet at the cons. Definitely love that guy.
Yeah. So let's talk more about them Star Wars pins coming out. When do they drop?
Yeah. So, we have several Star Wars pins that are coming out. There are going to be FiGPiN exclusives that are shared exclusives with Planet. Oh my gosh, Battle, help me out. Why can't I think of the why I should have been prepared for this. Why can't I think of the name? It totally just
maybe the community knows. Maybe the people in the live chat can help us out here.
I put it in the I tagged them in our thing and I put it in the write-up.
Oh, Forbidden Planet. There you go. So that they're shared exclusives with Forbidden Planet. So they will be available at Star Wars Celebration, in the UK, starting this week, and they will also go ahead and be available on Friday, April 7th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I always have to go ahead and mention that is the better of the coasts. But yes, they will go ahead and have those ones that are the shared exclusive with Forbidden Planet available on FiGPiN.com. And also good friends of the show with Pins on Fire. They also have their two pins that will be available currently only at Star Wars Celebration, which is the Savage Opress and the Kristan, the Wookiee. So those two pins, be on the lookout for sure. I'm sure they're going to go ahead, and the value is going to be tough because if they are only being sold currently at Star Wars Celebration, and we'll see what happens to go ahead and get them over to the States.
Congratulations, Pins on Fire. We've already said this before. Those are awesome pins. We're super excited to see them. I hope Casey's watching. Well, actually, I hope she's not watching because little does she know her birthday's on the 7th, and maybe she just might have to buy some FiGPiNs on that birthday for her present,
So, and that he just brought up Battle just brought up a good point, and I don't know if your husband, I think you said yes.
Yep.
If he wants to go ahead and join, we also have another group that we don't manage, but we did come up with the idea of it. It's called SOFA. Significant others of FiGPiN addicts. So if he would like to go ahead and join that group, he's more than happy. There's a strong membership of our crazy significant others that deal with all the craziness that we do. So he's more than happy to join the group if he needs people to talk to.
Yeah, where's this group located? Are you allowed to say publicly, or is this like something you're going to DM me later?
Well, we think that it's
probably reaching out to him now.
Yeah, they're probably all texting each other right now, being like, "This is crazy."
Gotcha.
Well, Brooke, is there any social medias? I mean, I know that we mentioned IG as well as YouTube, but and I also did post your website that you had mentioned in the chat earlier. So, any any selfless plugs that you like to go ahead and do right now?
Yeah, sure. I'm at Ochiba Wolf everywhere. That's where you can find me. Like, same username across all socials. And then if you guys are also Sailor Moon fans, SailorMoonFanNetwork.com. Excellent. It's the best resource for any Sailor Moon fan to stay in the know of every Sailor Moon drop in the United States and other countries as well. We always if we do blog about a new Sailor Moon release in another country, we will always let you know if they ship to the United States for folks in the United States. So great resource if you're also a Sailor Moon fan. Check us out.
Yep. And I know. Go Battle. Sorry.
To go an additional plug of that, I believe on your YouTube, Ochiba Wolf YouTube, you just made a video pretty much walking people through how to join that network, correct?
No, so the Sailor Moon Fan Network, that's just what we call our site that we do all the updates. The Sailor Moon franchise did just open up a Sailor Moon Fan Club membership for 2023, and that video is dropping soon. I filmed it yesterday. Hopefully it'll drop on my channel this week, and it is just a walkthrough on how to join, just for newbies or anybody who wants a refresher.
Awesome. Well, yeah, everybody watching, definitely check that out. Definitely, I'm sure it'll make the learning curve much easier.
Absolutely. And also my DMs are always open on Instagram, but I have them closed off on all my other social medias because I just get bombarded. So if anybody wants to ask me any questions about Sailor Moon, Instagram's the way to go.
Very cool. So if I was to go ahead and say black milk, because I am looking at, I'm not sure if it's the correct thing, but a maxi dress here that I know I was showing my daughter your IG earlier, and she was in love with some of these maxi dresses or dresses that you're wearing. So what does that relationship look like, and how did you get involved with them? And I mean, they obviously look pretty cool.
I was not sponsored or affiliated with Black Milk at all. I was just a consumer on that one. I wish they would have reached out. That would have been a dream collab. But unfortunately, no. They are an Australian fashion company, and they collaborated with Sailor Moon for the first time this year. So it was a huge deal in the Sailor Moon community.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I see that there's also some cool blazer that you're you have there also, so it's definitely pretty awesome.
Yeah, business casual Sailor Moon anime fan. I wish I still had my corporate job, then I'd be wearing that.
That's
now
awesome.
I'm never gonna use it. I work at home.
Too funny.
Very cool. So we have Star Wars Celebration coming up this week. Make sure you're checking out the and I hope that Pins on Fire being the link to the event, and I'm sure they will have plenty of pictures posted so we can go ahead and get a glimpse of what that looks like. But if you are going, have a great time. Be careful on your trip there as well as back. And to Forbidden Planet, thanks for going ahead and joining forces with FiGPiN to be able to get the FiGPiNs out to the collectible community.
Heck yeah,
definitely cool. And Battle, you also mentioned the pre-orders for the Mandalorian, the 3 new pins that just came out for the Mandalorian. So, Brooke, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but it is about a 6 to 9 month window, sometimes longer, for FiGPiNs to go from inception to rubber hits the road. It's available for the mark to go to the market. So it is pretty amazing that FiGPiN for the first time has been able to go ahead and have pins be announced as well as released pretty shortly. Those FiGPiNs are going to be available in May, but the show should still be going on. So it's the first time that FiGPiN has actually able to make it happen where there is a show happening and there's pins that are relevant to that show. So kudos to the team for finally making that vision, that dream go ahead and work. I love the dark saber Mando holding that pose. The new Grogu's pod that he has looks awesome.
How good was that last episode too? If you guys are caught up, no spoilers, but ooh.
Yeah, no, hey, Battle actually I think he shared with me he's rewatching seasons 1 and 2, and then he's watching season 2.5. I mean, Book of Boba Fett, not season 2.5 of Mando. So he has not seen any of the new season, but yes, I am caught up. Definitely a big fan. We actually have Darth Pins in this chat here, a huge fan of Star Wars. So yeah, he's look. Even his last comment is, "What about blue milk?" So, yep. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy that FiGPiN was able to go ahead and make that dream a reality, and get the pins out while the show is actually happening. So definitely, congratulations to them and the team.
The FiGPiN team is incredible. I applaud them. An excellent company to work with, and just great. I love them. One of the best companies, hands down.
For sure.
I'm not sure how many there actually are, the names of them, or what chapters they're on. But just to kind of give an update, I did watch, 1, 2, 2.5, and I just watched the Foundling episode last night. So I don't know if I'm all the way caught up, but I'm slowly catching up.
I think they're on episode 5, Brooke, right? I think that this past week was episode 5, maybe.
I couldn't tell you the number, but I don't remember the number. Honestly.
Yep, it's either 4 or 5. I know that it's been on for at least a month now. So
I do know the Bad Batch just had its season finale. I don't know if you guys watched that. If anybody watches the animated series of Star Wars, that's also canon. That's a good one too, if you're into that.
Very cool. Yeah. I did watch the first season of Bad Batch. I liked it.
It's good.
So we do have some news that we have to go ahead and share that we wanted to talk about. So FiGPiN alerts this weekend. Friday was a Friday or Saturday maybe he posted. So and I'm Brooke, I'm not sure if you were followed FiGPiN alerts, but he had been a huge supporter of the community. Had dropped news sometimes before FiGPiN was even hitting send on their blog posts. So he went ahead and shared that he was hanging up his hat and bowing out of the FiGPiN community. So we just wanted to go ahead and send a shout out to FiGPiN alerts. One, it was great to get to know you. Maybe you'll be willing to come on the show now, since you don't have to hide behind FiGPiN alerts any longer. I always was asking him to go ahead and join the show, but he didn't want to do that. But you're more than welcome to join us still, my friend. But yeah, just best of luck with whatever that you're going to go ahead and move into next. And please make sure you're stopping by to let us know where you're at, so we can continue to support you with whatever it is that you're moving forward into.
Yeah, I remember seeing that post on Instagram, and I went straight to the Discord community because I thought it was an April Fool's joke, and I was like, "What's going on?" And nobody really knew.
Yeah. Yep. And I just kind of second that, as I did get to meet him one time at one of the event warehouse parties. Really cool. Saved me from missing countless pins, so thank you very much. You will be missing the community, I guarantee.
Yeah, and I hope everything's okay.
I think he's just on to bigger and better things. I think he had done it for a while, and I think he found maybe a new passion and is going to go ahead and pursue that. But more importantly for me is I don't know how to get a hold of him other than through those. So I hope we'll find a way to contact him, and I can, continue to just chat with him from time to time and not lose him completely. So
yeah, stay in touch, especially if you made friendships, through it,
Yeah.
And then the other news that we had to share was
double blow. God.
Yeah, Levi with FiGPiN had shared that he was no longer with the company. So we just wanted to go ahead and send our love and our positivity to Levi, and best of luck with your new venture. So we hope that you're moving on to bigger and better things as well, my friend.
Yep. Good luck, Levi. We'll miss you. Thank you for everything you did for the community. You will be missed, especially by me, especially by John. You know how it goes. I'm sure we'll be seeing him around. So keep an eye out. Hopefully he doesn't have to go away from his love and cons and stuff like that. So let's
definitely, for sure,
pray for the next best thing.
Cool.
Well, we have some good news to top that off, right?
Yeah, we do. If you want, you going to share it?
Go into some good news after all that sad talk.
Man, I think you should, because it was kind of a surprise, and I think you deliver prizes a little bit better than I.
So we went ahead and had been reached out by someone in FiGPiN today, and had asked us, would we like to go ahead and do a giveaway?
Yes.
So, and as Battle and I always share, it is much appreciated, but never expected. But FiGPiN share that they wanted to go ahead and do something special. They had asked, and Brooke, I apologize, I don't want you to hate me or Battle for this. They had asked, do you want either Sailor Moon giveaway or do you want a Star Wars giveaway? So I said, well, let's do Star Wars. And they reached back out to us and said they were going to go ahead and give away a full set of the Star Wars Celebration pins to someone on the show tonight. So, and Brooke, if you're looking at the chat right now, there are some people that are putting colors as well as numbers down.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah, so this goes back to a very long episode ago where Battle decided to say one of the questions was, what's my favorite number? It took like maybe 10 minutes for someone to finally go ahead and get that number. So people love just going ahead and still posting, numbers when we say that we're going to do a giveaway.
I love it. They're trying so hard.
they're probably still guessing from the giveaway from 6 months ago.
This is awesome. You guys are giving away today, live today. So there's going to be a winner tonight.
We will go ahead and we will actually go ahead and let you go ahead and you can go ahead and if you want to look at the chat and do a scroll up and see a name that's on there, we will go ahead and give the information to FiGPiN to go ahead and share their address with FiGPiN and get them the full Star Wars Celebration set. I think that this might not include the Pins on Fire exclusives. It will only be the shared exclusive with Forbidden Planet. But yeah, I mean, FiGPiN was gracious enough to go ahead and do that, with us tonight. So guys, there's you don't have, you can stop putting numbers and colors in the chat.
Don't do it.
Ochiba is going to go ahead and be an unbiased, choice selector of the winner for this evening.
Well, let's do this because I'm not sure if everybody wants to enter. So what about if we have them say I don't know, Star Wars or something if they want to enter and I could just pick somebody from that.
There we go. Perfect. So if you guys will go ahead and as of right now, and put in Star Wars in the chat. Brooke will go ahead and be so gracious enough to pick one of those people that are wanting to go ahead and have a full Star Wars Celebration FiGPiN set.
We'll give people an opportunity to write that in. We'll wait just a second, but this is an amazing opportunity, you guys. A spontaneous giveaway. This wasn't planned. Nope.
It literally was a last minute thing. FiGPiN had just confirmed with us. I'm Battle 8:30, 9 o'clock, maybe. Well, my time, Eastern Standard Time. So Brooke, I did see someone go ahead and ask before. Where are you located in the country?
I live in Kansas.
Very, very cool. Yeah.
Yep. I am Central Time.
So Brooke, do not pick Jason. That's why he put LOL next to it. He works for FiGPiN. So
thank you, because I may have just been like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. I like this little LOL in there. All right. Wow, we're still getting a lot of chats coming in. I don't know if ever anybody's putting in double Star Wars, y'all trying to get an extra entry.
So, well, Brooke, and as you're looking through that, I just wanted to go ahead and I'm sure Battle can echo this as well. It truly has been a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been absolutely amazing to get to know you a little bit more. Cannot wait to go ahead and see you continue to grow and everything that you're doing. But yeah, I mean, we, again, from us to you, truly appreciate everything that you're doing for us.
Well, yeah, I think it's fun to, like I said earlier, to just, talk to other content creators in other areas. And, you just end up learning so much from everybody. And I equally wish you all the same success. And I'm subbed, dude. So I'm going to be seeing your guys' stuff on my YouTube channel and checking you guys out once in a while, see how you're growing. I know you guys trying to get to 1K, right? We're trying to get there.
Hey, I mean, look, this is this pin is going to be given away at 1K, so it's a Tekken 7 pin. I mean, it's a huge pin. So I know the community knows
that reminder. So for everybody who joined in today, if you're not already subbed, you guys have to make sure to hit that subscribe button so we can get What the FiGPiN to 1,000 subscribers.
And I am getting some flack for going ahead and saying don't pick Jason, because there are a couple of Jasons that you can pick. So Jason Ruiz is not the one.
Just the one that doesn't have the LOL, right?
Yeah. Right. Jason Ruiz, you do not want to pick because he works for
Okay, I think we're gonna pick now, guys. So give me just 1 second to scroll up the chat.
Guys, so again, thanks to FiGPiN, Dan specifically, who reached out to us. We appreciate you so much. Brooke is about to go ahead and share with us the winner of the full Star Wars Celebration set of FiGPiNs. Again, this I believe is not including the Pins on Fire exclusives, but you will be going ahead and getting the full Star Wars Celebration pins.
I am picking Queen Nerd as the winner.
Heck yeah.
Sweet. Man, we love Queen Nerd. She's awesome.
She's the greatest.
Very, very cool. Queen Nerd, congratulations. Queen, if you can go ahead and just reach out to Battle and I, either on our personal accounts or just through What the FiGPiN, so we can go ahead and make sure that we are reaching out to FiGPiN for you. I know that they have your information, but we just want to make sure we're sending that information over to them. But congratulations again, Queen Nerd. Very, very cool.
I hope they're a Star Wars fan too, but I'm assuming they are, since they entered. They put Star Wars in there.
She is, and she's actually
hopefully we don't have scalpers in the chat, right?
Nope, she is. She's been a guest on our show. She's amazing. She's actually another cosplayer herself.
Heck yeah! So I picked a good one. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm always worried about scalpers because some people out there.
Yeah, no, thankfully we have not run into that situation. Not that we might not into the future, or we might not have been, fooled previously, but yeah, we haven't thankfully run into that situation yet.
Yeah, you have authentic followers right now.
Yes, yeah. And Jason Ruiz saying, "Sorry, Jasons, we lost it."
I know. I will admit, I was a little scared to pick a Jason after that deal. I'm so sorry, Jasons.
Man.
Again, just to kind of piggyback, thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure having you on. Sailor Mikey in the chat wanted your social handles one more time, just so in case any fans missed where they could follow.
Sailor Mikey, you make me laugh. Sailor Mikey's one of my streaming fam, but thank you, Sailor Mikey. It's at Ochiba Wolf everywhere. Yeah, if anybody wants to, I go live every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time on my own YouTube channel, and literally it's just a free for all. I just talk about stuff. I open up stuff. It's just like a nerd hangout.
Awesome. Oh, hey, you get to do it twice in a week. You get to nerd hang out with us, and then you get to nerd hang out tomorrow.
I'm gonna need a weekend. Okay.
There you go.
busy. But thank you guys so much, literally, for the invite. It was one of those invites that I never knew if it was gonna follow through or not, because I didn't know you guys yet. But over the last couple of months, I've been kind of following what you guys have been up to. I love what you guys are doing, and I'm a fan, and I'll stay subbed.
Thank you so much. That's so awesome, and the same for you.
Thank you.
I'm sure my daughter is going to go ahead and now be bugging me for more of these things that you're posting on here.
Since you're a DBZ fan, you have to get your daughter into Sailormoon, okay?
I will try. And just to answer your question, Jason Ruiz, who does work for FiGPiN, did share that they obviously still have the relationship with Toei. So, yep, that there's still the possibility of more Sailormoon FiGPiNs.
I'm taking that as a yes. I'm going to spread the news. No, I'm kidding.
Very, very cool. All right. Brooke, just one more time. Ochiba Wolf, IG. I assume don't go to OnlyFans to find that name there. You said all social medias. I just was making sure. I didn't know. I mean that.
Wow.
I kid. I'm sorry. It's a bad joke. We go ahead and have IG, YouTube, SailormoonFanNetwork.com. Did I get that correct?
Yep, SailormoonFanNetwork.com.
Yep. And then was there one other? I thought you said one other thing, and I apologize if I missed another.
No, really, the only places that I'm active, I do post Sailor Moon news updates also on Facebook under Ochiba Wolf handle as well. Twitter, Instagram. I am on TikTok, but not as much, and YouTube, and that's about it.
Very, very cool. Awesome.
Got all the good ones down.
Yeah, the main ones.
So again, Brooke, man, thank you so much. Battle. What do you have to finish the show with us, man?
Hats off to everybody in the chat. Thank you very, 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 very much for joining us tonight. We had a ton of fun. Thank you to both people sitting on the other side of the camera for me. It was a great time hanging out with you.
The same, my
That's
friend.
awesome.
The same.
Yeah, I forgot. We got to thank our audience too. Thanks so much to everybody joining in tonight. I know I brought some people over, and then also, with the FiGPiNs, the people are here too. Thank you so much for the support on both sides. You guys are the rock stars and are keeping this community going. We appreciate you.
Amen to that.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. So chat, thank you so much as always. If you're ever interested in joining, Brooke can go ahead and share. We're pretty good guys. We have fun. It's, and we do try to make this as organized as possible, even though it gets a little chaotic with all the stuff that the tangents we go off into. But we would definitely love to go ahead and chat with you. Zero, a lot of people are calling you out, so we need you to have on the show, my friend. So we'll keep reaching out to you, Zero.
You're next, Zero.
You're next.
That's true. But guys, we will go ahead and catch you on the next show. Again, we go ahead and go live on Tuesdays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Battle will catch you next time. Brooke, have a wonderful evening. Oh, I'm sorry, Brooke, I almost forgot something. So as I mentioned before, we had started this show 2 years ago. It was under a different name called FiGPiN Boosters. There is also a part of FWAP. They had gave out special coins. And right in the middle of the coin, it says all of the different, as you can see, it says right in the middle of the FiGPiN coin, Boost Awesome. And that is something that we had been sharing at the end of every show. So Battle will go ahead and do a countdown, 3, 2, 1 to finish off the show. We'll shout out Boost Awesome. If you don't mind joining us, we would love for you to be there. Guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. If you celebrate, happy Passover, happy Easter. Enjoy your time with the family. Battle, count us now, my friend.
We'll see you all soon in 3, 2, 1.
Boost Awesome.
Battle awesome.
All right.
Bye-bye.